Hello.
How are you?
Hi, Dicham Kenge. Very nice to see you after a long while.
Yes, it has been a while.
Can you hear me?
I hear you. I'm trying to get my camera to show my picture. I haven't used my phone in a while. I've lost my skill. I was trying to show my picture, but I'm not. There we go. There it is. Yes, it's good to see you as well.
Hello, you can hear me?
I hear you very clearly.
Yes, nice to see you, Dicham Kenge. What time is it?
It is now noonday here.
Great, that means it's 6 p.m. here.
Yes.
And we can officially begin our meeting. Good evening, Toastmasters and guests. How are you feeling today? Has it been a long week? It's only Tuesday. It's so nice to see you all, those who are present in the room. So nice to see our guests that we have here. And it is my pleasure to welcome you all to meeting number 185 of the Hill Toastmasters Club. Before we progress with our meetings, I will call our Sergeant at Arms, that's Toastmaster Njoroge, to come and give us the meeting protocols. Njoroge, the floor is yours.
How do you feel when you're watching a YouTube video of your best song ever of all times? Then an ad just pops up. An ad from, I don't say from where, but it's always from Bolt. That's exactly how a speaker feels when they're in front here and they're speaking, and then you just decide to walk out of the meeting room. My name is Njoroge Maina. I'll be serving as your Sergeant at Arms today, and my role is very simple, just to assiduously ensure that the meeting protocols are followed. And I need to orient our guests, who I'll first welcome with open arms to the Hill Toastmasters Club. Feel very much at home. Just to orient you and make you understand how the meeting runs. First of all, what you had, snapping. You do that every single time someone uses the word of the day, assiduous. As far as speeches are concerned, to ensure we make the most of this opportunity to become great public speakers today, please make sure you don't walk out of the room when someone is presenting a speech at the front. If you had walked out politely and you're coming back, if you see someone presenting a speech, it's good you wait. When they are done, you can now walk in. That ensures that our speakers are not distracted as they are giving their speeches. As far as the ballots that you're seeing on your desks are concerned, at Toastmasters, we do peer-to-peer learning. So when a speaker finishes their speech, you can write some feedback on that particular ballot. First speaker, second speaker, third speaker, you can give it in that order, and you'd use the same ballots for voting later with the TMOD instructors. For our online guests, please try to ensure that your videos are on. We want to see you. We want to see where you're speaking from, and we'd be happy to ensure that you feel like you're also in the meeting. And that's only possible if we can see your faces, as we also are in the Acacia room here at the Nairobi Toastmasters Club. Please make sure that you maintain a quiet, non-distractive background, since that ensures that the speakers at the front are not distracted as they are speaking. Lastly, for the members in the room, please make sure that your phones are on mute so that we don't have phones ringing and buzzing because that will steal the attention of the speakers and reduce the quality of their speeches. Back to you.
Thank you for giving us the protocols like it's a speech. Wow. So without much further ado, I will want to recognize any guests that we have in the room. How many guests do we have by a show of hands? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Wow. We have 5 guests in the room. How many visiting Toastmasters do we have? 1, 2, 3. Excellent. May I know what clubs you're from?
Good evening. I think it's Toastmasters Joyce Wakata, VP, the right Toastmasters. Yeah.
Welcome.
Evening, fellow Toastmasters and guests.
Good evening.
Andrew is my name, Andrew Kamano, visiting Toastmaster from Summer Toastmasters Club.
Emma in the building. Welcome.
Good evening, fellow Toastmasters and guests.
Good evening.
This is Angela Gerardo from Mercy Toastmasters, and glad to be here.
Great.
Thank you.
Welcome. Welcome. It's a pleasure to have guests and visiting Toastmasters here. Do we have any guests or visiting Toastmasters online?
Yes, Nakinji Warren Swan from Bermuda Toastmasters Club and On the Walk Toastmasters Club, an inactive member of the Hill Toastmasters. Hope to change that one day soon.
Excellent. Nice to have you visit us, DTM Nkenge. It has been a while since you've been with us, but we're glad to have you. Do we have any other visiting Toastmasters or guests?
Yes, my name is Jason from Tandao Toastmasters.
Welcome, Toastmaster Joyce.
Hi,
Hello. Hi,
my name
Elizabeth.
is Elizabeth. I'm a guest here, and I'm
Excellent.
happy to join you today.
It's a pleasure to have you, Elizabeth. So strap on and get ready for an entertaining meeting that we're going to have. So for the benefit of our guests, I will like to tell you what Toastmasters is about. Toastmasters International is a non-profit educational organization, and it teaches public speaking and leadership skills through a worldwide network of clubs. That means we are based all over the world, and as members, you're allowed to go and visit any Toastmasters club, wherever you may be. If you're visiting, if you're out touring and visiting other people, you're welcome to visit any Toastmasters club. So in relation to Toastmasters, we're here to provide a supporting learning environment where you can grow in your public speaking as well as your leadership skills. We're here to work with you in whatever specific objectives or goals that you may have. In relation to the Hill Toastmasters Club, we are based within a district, which is the Eastern African region. That's District 114. If we move closer in, we're based within a division. And for the Hill, we're in Division A, which is 1 out of 4 other divisions. Division A is led by our Division Director, Brian Otiende. And then further in, we're based in an area. And for us, we are in Area 1, which is led by our Area Director, Rose Odundo. In our area, we have 4 other clubs. We have Zumaridi, which is based in Times. They have their meetings in Times Tower. We have Business Dialogue Club. We have WFP Club. And we also have Runda Elite Club that is going to be chartering soon. That's next month. In terms of management of the club, it is led by what we call the Executive Committee. And the Executive Committee is led by myself as the president. We have the Vice President of Education, that is Mudenda. Yes, he's right there at the back. He's waving at us. We also have the Vice President of Membership, that's Toastmaster Monica, who is at the door welcoming our guests. We also have our Vice President of Public Relations, Arnold. Hello. Yes, there we have him. We have our secretary, who I saw is online. That's Vanessa. We have our treasurer, Cyril. Glad to have him here. And we have our SAA, Deroge, who gave you your meeting protocols earlier on. Do we have any area or district leadership online? Are you able to check? Wait, let me just do a quick check. Okay, I have not identified any area or district leadership, division leadership online, but when they join us, I will be able to introduce them later on. So we'll move on to club business very quickly. Madam Secretary, Vanessa, do we have any apologies for today's meeting?
Apologies.
Madam Vanessa, I didn't quite hear you clearly.
We do not have any apologies for today's meeting.
Excellent, loud and clear, like we like it. So do we have members? Did you read the minutes that were circulated by Vanessa?
Yes, we did.
Okay, I can only hear one sound. Thank you, DT and Maggie. Did anyone else read the minutes? Did you at least see that the minutes were shared? You saw them, but we did not read the minutes. We read, by a show of hands, how many read the minutes? Okay, we have 5 hands in the room and DT and Maggie online. I'm hoping we can do better. Aren't we assiduous? It doesn't take that much to read the minutes. We have 2 members online who read the minutes. Okay, that being said, can we get a proposer for the minutes? We have Toastmaster Mudenda who is going to propose, and can we get a seconder online?
Margaret Jeroge, I second.
All right, excellent. Thank you for that. And we can hereby adopt the minutes of meeting number 184. So the theme of today's meeting, which is the juice and the meat of this meeting today, is about reading the fine print. Do we find ourselves caught up where we never read what the details are? Like the minutes that were shared and we didn't bother opening because we assume everything is okay? Well, today, our Toastmaster of the day will tell us the importance of getting into the detail and reading the fine print. So I would like all of you to join me in welcoming our Toastmaster of the day, Toastmaster Terry Mudhoni, who I'm sure will be able to show us and demonstrate why it's important for us to read the fine print. Please give her a big round of applause.
Good evening, Toastmasters and guests. My name is Terry Muthoni. I will be your Toastmasters of the day. So I will start with a question. Let me know, how much energy does it take you to clap? How much energy does it take you to clap? Do you feel hungry when you clap? Good. We will be having prepared speeches. We will be having various speakers who will take the podium. You as a listener, it is your responsibility to make sure that as they are taking their seats, you give them a hearty clap. Do it as you would want it to be done for you. Let's try, assuming I'm sitting. I feel like I've given a keynote speech. Now, second question. Why didn't you read the minutes? For those who did not read, why didn't you read the minutes?
Accepted all cookies.
Okay, you accepted all cookies, meaning?
Well, we never really read it.
Yes, but I want to get to the root of it. Why didn't you read the minutes? How much time did you have to save? You have a whole 24 hours, but it seems like reading those minutes will make you not deliver on your KPIs. So we are living in a very different, very interesting era. In fact, 70% of those who use TikTok are below the age of 35 years. Why do you think that's the case? Do you see how fulfilling it is when you scroll the first video, the second video, the third video, and you just get 30 seconds of entertainment. We are also in an era, if it doesn't make sense in the first 30 minutes, we scroll. We don't bother reading the details. The same thing, or the same principle, we bring to the fine print. When we are buying goods from the supermarket, we don't bother to check the expiry date because we are in a hurry to purchase and leave. Why? The second thing, sometimes we don't even read road signs until that guy in a white motorcycle comes to remind you that you missed the road sign. The fine print spans from the small details in the products to the great details that are in the terms and conditions of the applications that we probably or we definitely use. I'm assuming. How many of us are in WhatsApp? Quite a number. So before you use the application, they asked you, do you accept the terms of agreement for you to use this product? And what did we do? So who read? Who has an idea of what one clause there says? Seems we are always saving time. So when I was exploring this topic, I asked a few friends, which are some of the consequences that you have faced from not reading the fine print? And one shared, I was in a season of job hunting. And if you've looked for a job, you know how long and how tedious that process is. Getting a regret email and still applying, showing up for that interview and getting ghosted. Nonetheless, the stars aligned and they got this lucrative opportunity. You see those opportunities that dare you to dream, that make you go on Instagram, YouTube to do car reviews of that car that you have wished to purchase, or make you think of how you're going to make your space look better and furnish. After getting the opportunity, 2 months in of feeling that this is it, one morning, he woke up to a termination. What? He couldn't believe it. Rushed back to the contract. Why did they terminate me this quick? Only to read that they had a termination of 24 hours in the contract, and they didn't read. And that is how he lost the opportunity and went back to the job market to hunt. Just because he didn't read the fine print and understood and maybe would have prepared for a rainy day. As we continue in the meeting, I'd like us to reflect on moments that we have not read the fine print, what it has cost you, or what you have learned from it. And now I want to introduce the assiduous team that will take us through the meeting and keep us in check. We'll start with the accountant, who is Emma Onwe. Please, let's welcome her to the stage. We said we are not losing calories.
Good evening, my fellow Toastmasters and guests. My role today is to note any overuse of filler words like, such as, then, but. I would note also overuse of filler words and sounds like a, and. I will also note prolonged pause. I will give the report at the end of this meeting. Thank you, and back to you, Toastmaster.
Next, we have the grammarian. I hope we all read the word of the day. The grammarian, please. Leah.
Good evening, Toastmasters and guests. I'm so happy to be here. I'll be a grammarian for the day. My role is to pay close attention to all speakers and their usage of language, point out any misuse of the language, and comment any areas where the language has been used well, taking note of any similes, proverbs, good poets, imagery, such phrases. And it's also my duty to introduce the word of the day. It's near you. Can look up around. The word of the day is assiduous. It means showing great care, hard work, and attention to detail. Example in a sentence: the team was assiduous in their practice for the tournament. The other example, the Hill Toastmasters social required some assiduous planning. I will be assiduously taking note of how often this word is used and give a report at the end. So I encourage you to please use it as much as possible. If you need a reminder, I will be raising that word just to remind all of you what it is. So you're encouraged to also adopt it as part of your vocabulary going forward. Thank you.
Next, we do have the timer.
Good evening, Toastmasters and guests. Good evening. Now turn to your neighbor. Do you have a neighbor? I'm not your neighbor, those who are looking at me. Turn to your neighbor. Give them a high five. Those online, high five. Yeah, and tell them this. Take care of the minutes and the hours will take care of themselves. Take care of the minutes and the hours will. Now let's put some breath in it and some air. Let's do it again. Not me, your neighbor. Yeah. Tell them. Let me hear. Thank you. You're an amazing audience. And I hope that we'll be assiduous with our time this evening. My role is to ensure that we keep time, observe the time from when we started this meeting at 6 on the dot. I must commend the president who started it 6 on the dot, and I hope that she is assiduous and ends the meeting 8 on the dot. That's my mark. Apart from observing the overall time, I'll be notifying you of different timings. For the speakers this evening, all of them are supposed to deliver their speeches within 5 to 7 minutes. At the 5th minute, I will show the green card. Is the green, especially for the men, please note. Yeah. At the 6th minute, I will show the yellow card. Those who are online, I will be sharing my background. It will be showing the different timing cards. And at the 7th minute, I will show the red card, and I'll keep it up until you leave the stage. For the table topics session, we are expected to speak between 1 to 2 minutes. At 1 minute, I'll show the green card again. At 1.5 minutes, I'll show the yellow card. And at 2 minutes, I will show the red card, and I'll keep it up until you leave the stage. For the evaluators and other reports, you're expected to take 2 to 3 minutes. At 2 minutes, I will show the green card again. At 2.5 minutes, I'll show the yellow card. At 3 minutes, I'll show the red card, and I'll keep it up until you leave the stage. For the general evaluator, is the general evaluator here? Who's the general evaluator?
Yes, I am online.
Oh, fantastic. You have 5 minutes. At 3 minutes, I'll show the green card using the background on the timer. Please, I'll request the SAA to pin the timer so that the online audience can see. And at 4 minutes, I'll show you the yellow card. And at the 5th minute, I'll show you the red card. and I'll keep it up until you are done. General evaluators are notorious for not observing time. I hope our general evaluator observed time. And if the report is long, you can share it with us in a written format. I hope that we keep time and enjoy the minute. Back to you, TMOD.
Next, we'll have our general evaluator who will tell us their role.
Thank you so much, Madam TMOD. I'm joining online today. Good evening, fellow Toastmasters and guests. My name is Veronica, and I have the pleasure of serving as the general evaluator for our meeting today. Based on our theme, which is reading the fine print, it reminds us that details matter. And just like when you're signing contract or reading instructions, success in communication often lies in the small things. So, as your general evaluator, my role will be guiding the evaluation segment where we focus not on just what was said, but how it was said and how the meeting was conducted. And also, we can continue to refine the craft of our meetings. Let us also remember that evaluations given is not about finding faults, but it's about helping us notice some details that can help us turn into better speakers. Thank you, and back to you, Madam TMOD.
Thank you, the tag team. Right now, we are moving into a session of prepared speeches. And I hope that we are here open to learn and listen from our speakers. Please, as we had been told, be keen to give feedback to our speakers so that they can be better or improve some things that probably they didn't do well at today. Our first speech is by Selfa Ashipet, who will be introduced by her evaluator, who is Toastmaster Andrew Kimani.
Thank you, Madam Timothy. Good evening, fellow Toastmasters and guests. Have you ever gotten an invite? And when you got to where you were invited, you instantly feel at home? That's how I'm feeling today. I'm feeling at home at the Hill. My name is Andrew Kamano, a visiting Toastmaster from SEMA Toastmasters. Not just because our banner is at your corner, since you were raided in the last meeting, but I just felt I needed to come and experience one of your meetings in person. Tonight, I'll be evaluating Selfa Ashipet, and she'll be attempting her level 1 project 3 speech. And the purpose of this speech is to practice use of vocal variety and body language. So help me introduce Selfa Ashipet. Her speech title is What is it with Friday? What is it with Friday? Selfa Ashipet. Selfa Ashipet. What is it with Friday? Right.
You clap for me again, though. Well, ati Monday ni kazi, kazi. Tuesday ni katu Monday. Wednesday sijali. Thursday nangoja Friday. Friday, oh la 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 la. Oh la 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 la. Finally, it's a Friday. By show of hands, perhaps, how many of us anticipate for Fridays? You see, you find yourself on a Monday morning, but again, deep down, you're already thinking about Friday dinners. Sometimes you do not even have plans for that weekend, but again, it's the weekend vibe. So what is it? What is it there to lose? Personally, Friday are my favorite days. And Friday, 25th July started like any other day. I woke up, prepped for work, and I left out. I am that singer who always sings, although I cannot present. And mostly on Fridays, the spirit is on another level. Because let's just be honest, Fridays normally hit so different. And again, that very day, on a normal day for Selfa, I carry packed lunch. But on Friday, I told myself, probably it's Friday. I'll even be out of office by 2 p.m. So what is the need of me carrying lunch? Tea alone will serve the day. And yes, just like that, I left home with no packed lunch. At 2 p.m. God, my stomach was so much protesting. You know how our political rallies are? It was so bad. And contrary to my own plans, I had a lot of work that assiduously needed me to grind. And just like any other normal human being, I could not fail because it's never that serious. So I stepped out for lunch. And along the way, the plan initially was for me to go to Naivas, grab some yogurt. I am a baby girl though. And then along the way, that's my matumbo. You know how it can get. But again, my stomach is always so sensitive. So I had to hesitate a little bit. I stood there for a second, torn in between, should I just take the risk? Or maybe, just maybe, today was the very day my stomach had to behave. Or maybe I was just overthinking. Besides, what if it doesn't really hurt? And then, just before I even made that decision, she came to me. You know, it's only 150 shillings. And besides, it's a Friday special. Grains on us. You should try it out. Tempting, right? Yes. Then just before I walked in and placed that order, I remembered I have a plug for Bonsu. What did I do? Hi, Kevo. Can I get some matumbo? And lucky for me, he had some fresh matumbo. But I'll try it for those who are unfamiliar. And you know our fresh ones. So my evening was so much. And that evening, I left the office with so much joy. Walked directly. I didn't even go home. I went directly to that butchery. Grabbed my matumbo, and also being a weekend. And you know, it was 25th, so salary was kicking in. I had to carry some chicken. Besides, baby girl had suffered for whole a month. By the market to grab some groceries. My hand was heavy, and my heart a little bit light, with so much joy. Besides, I was going to. And then I was in there watching as a dog ran out with my full chicken. No warning, just like you didn't even consider. I stood there for a moment, my groceries rolling on the floor. People were staring. And me, I was worried. Should I run after this dog? But again, until this 17K, can I? No. So I was there. Can I just pick out the leftovers? But then, you know how Matumbo behave. I could not save them. And just like that, my chicken was all gone. And Matumbo too could not even make it to the stove. And yet, I had already figured out how that smell was going to kindly shake my neighbors. Today's Selfa is doing that thing. Unfortunately, I was made a vegetarian for that evening. Again. At the end of the day, I learned that Fridays do not really care
what is it that you have? And again, the following weekend, that was on Friday again, I had plans. But the day came to life, no. My day was so good. But that was the day that my wallet decided I am going. And just like that, it was so bad. So 2 Fridays, 2 lessons, but a very, very big reminder. At times, Fridays doesn't really care. What is it that you have? So whether your chicken got stolen or maybe you lose your wallet, do not let it steal the moment. Enjoy and have fun. So, and to you, what is it? What is the craziest thing that has ever happened to you on a Friday? Thank you and bye. Many of us have woken up thinking that it's Friday, only for it to hit you that it's probably a Wednesday. Think that laughter tells us that most of us agree. Thank you so much for that speech. It was quite relatable. The second speech is by Gentrix Onkundi, who will be introduced by Jerome. Let's clap again.
I speak 2 languages, Bodi and English, says my West, in an attempt to be assiduous in her use of body language and vocal variety. Toastmaster Gentrix Onkundi will be attempting her level 1, project 3 of presentation mastery. In this speech, I'll be focusing on her vocal variety, which can also help me so that we can give her some good feedback, in which I'll check for her pitch, her pace, her tone, and her volume. I'll also be checking for her body language to ensure that I'm keen for the movements that enhance her speech, and also for the unintentional body movements that may take away from her speech. For example, if I'm talking as I do this, you'd be focusing on my unintentional movements. The voice I almost trusted, Gentrix Onkundi. Gentrix Onkundi, the voice I almost trusted.
Good morning, Gentrix Kerubo Onkundi. My name is John Peter. I'm calling you from XYZ Bank. I wanted to let you know that your account has been suspended because we've noted some suspicious activities. And as a result of that, you won't be able to access your accounts. If you need to gain access, you will have to verify your identity. I froze. I almost believed that sound, that voice. It was calm, professional, and they even mentioned my names. I almost gave them all they wanted. That is what vishing looks like. That is what it takes for vishing to succeed. Fellow Toastmasters and guests, have you ever received a call that was so real, so true, that you couldn't even question it or have a moment to think about it? Vishing is a form of social engineering where the caller manipulates the other person into giving out the private information by prying on information that is sensitive to human, and they use techniques like working on around your fears, making it urgent, or gaining your trust. Let's go back to my call. I've been told my account has been suspended and I'm not going to access my funds. I'm naive, so what do? I ask the caller, hi, what can I do to ensure I'm able to access my account right now? Thank you, Gentrix, for asking. That is a good concern, and that is why I'm here to help you. I'll need you to first check your account balance and get to know if your account is
safe. The first thing I'll need you to do is, if you have an extra phone, kindly use it to call me so that we can continue with this call, because unsuspension of your account will require you to use the phone we are talking with. Sure, let me do that. I pick my second phone, which I was having, and I call back the number. Once I call back, the receiver is like, thank you, Gentrix, for trusting us as your bank, and we are glad to serve you. The first thing you're going to do is go to your SIM toolkits, check my balance, and let me know what your available balance is. Sure, my balance is 25,210 shillings. It's intact and it's safe. Thank you. Now the next step we are taking is unsuspending your account. Press your phone on the SIM toolkits, press my money. Next, press send money, key in the following digits: 0700112233. The next stage is key in the following codes to assist with this unsuspension: 2500. Are we together? Yes, we are. Now, the next thing is you're going to see a pop-up asking you to key in your PIN. Key in your PIN and then wait for further instructions. Remember, we at XYZ Bank, we don't ask customers for their personal information or credentials. Anybody who asks you for such information is a fraudster. Be careful and on the lookout for that. By the time I'm done keying in my PIN, the next thing I see is a pop-up on my phone screen asking me to confirm. Press 1 to confirm whether you're sending money. Press 2 to cancel the transaction. At that moment, I was scared. I froze. I was like, I'm being scammed. What do I do? I press number 2 and cancel the transaction. I put the phone on the table. Then I pick my phone and call my bank's customer care to check if there are any transactions in my account. Luckily, I didn't confirm the transaction, so the money was still intact. Fellow Toastmasters and guests, that is how I nearly lost the only 25,000 shillings I had in my account. How did I get there? I trusted the caller. I'm human. I wasn't gullible, but I'd say the caller made me trust them to a point that I was able to follow whatever they were doing, whatever they were telling me to do. That is what a phishing scam looks like. How many times do we encounter that in our lives? A lot of times, most of the days. And what do you do in case you receive such a call? First thing you're supposed to do is pause, think, reflect. What is the urgency? Why am I being told to suddenly key in my private information, provide my identification information? What is the catch? The second thing you need to do is you're not supposed to provide any personal information. The number 3 thing you're supposed to do in case you encounter such a call is, first, we have to create awareness amongst ourselves and our families. In case you receive such a call, you be ready to do this. That is because as human beings, our brains are hardwired to respond in situations where you feel like you're in a crisis. The first response would be, let me do what I'm being told to do. So, fellow Toastmasters and guests, the next time you encounter such a phishing call, I hope you will remember to pause, think, and reflect. And if you have to, hang up that call and call the company's the company's number that is available online, because there's a common saying that goes, it's easier to hack a human being than it is to hack a computer. Thank you.
I think we can do better. I was listening to her speech. I'm not sure how many of you listened to Committee Call Center. How many of you watched it? If you haven't watched it, go to YouTube and look for committee call center. And trust me, gentries, after you, they had another number to call and ask for the same details, hoping that someone will fall prey for it. As we wait the settling in, I will ask a question in regards to our fine print. Tell me, what are some of the reasons as to why we don't read the fine print? We are always in a hurry. That is what I pointed out. But yourself, another reason why you don't read the fine print. Think, why did you sign those terms and conditions? Yes.
I think sometimes it's basically just being ignorant. Yeah.
Exactly, being ignorant. And in some cases, we haven't yet faced the consequences. Have you faced consequences of agreeing to the terms and conditions of WhatsApp? Not yet. And you're not anticipating to face them anytime soon. My friend, who was terminated within 24 hours, I'm sure to date, he sits down anytime he receives a contract to skim through the details. So let you not be a victim, so that let not being a victim be the reason why you read the fine print. You can attack that problem prior. Our next speech is by Eric Muthe, who will be introduced by Toastmaster Nick Mara. Is he online or with us?
I'm online. Good evening, fellow Toastmasters and esteemed guests.
Good evening.
Eric Muthe is attempting evaluation and feedback project. This is a second speech. The purpose of this project is for him to apply feedback and serve as a speech evaluator during a club meeting. The speech length is 5 to 7 minutes. The speech title is Skills That Matter in the Age of AI. Eric Muthe, the skills that matter in the age of AI. Skills that matter in the age of AI, Eric Muthe.
It is not the strongest of the species that survive, nor the most intelligent, but the most responsive to change. That's a quote by Charles Darwin. Good evening, fellow Toastmasters and guests. Good evening. A few months ago, a colleague reached out to me and asked me, do you think AI is going to take all our jobs? Do you think AI is coming for our jobs? By a show of hands? I see so many confident people, and I'll prove it to you today. I smiled and I said, if AI can charm a client over lunch in Nairobi and negotiate a 6-figure deal on traffic on Mombasa Road, or even convince an angry partner at 6 a.m., then it has our jobs. AI is powerful, but look at it as an over-charming intern. Today, I want to share 4 timeless skills that I believe are important and are important today and in the future. First, sales. Second, communication. 4, money management. And lastly, leadership. Sales. In my past career, I spent a good chunk of time selling airline seats, not literally seats. But I was convincing CEOs, travel agents, and tour operators to sell the airline that I was representing over a dozen other airlines. Sure, AI can predict the next business travel, can predict even the next, and can share the next deal that will entice a client to make their purchase. But what AI can do is to know the CEO's son is graduating next week. And that is why we need human connection. Sales is human. It's about listening, adapting, and reading in between the lines. Communication. One day I was presenting to a group of travel partners in Zanzibar. And while I was presenting, the projector went off and I was stuck. But luckily, I confidently stepped in front and I said, you'll now have to listen to me presenting or selling to you without the PowerPoint slides. Luckily, we were able to laugh, people were able to engage, and people asked a lot of questions, and whatever we were planning, we were able to achieve, and we converted. Or, in layman's language, we sold. Communication is not about perfect grammar, it's about human connection. Third, money management. This one, AI will help you definitely. But here's the twist. AI can help you know where your money is going, but AI will not prevent you from your overspending on either shoes or your love for junk food or nyama choma. That's your problem. Today, when you're looking at managing your accounts, it's very important to know your budget, your forecast, and also to plan well in terms of your finances. All these kind of models, if you're a businessman or somebody who is either employed and you're having your salary, it needs a human intuition to be able to manage your money. And AI hasn't yet cracked that. Lastly, leadership. There's a time I was managing a regional team in East Africa, and I had a team of dynamic people. One loved to have a direct conversation, very direct. The other loved for us to have a pep talk. The other one loved silence and building trust. And the other loved, let's have a call in the evening. AI will never determine human instincts, but through human connection, you can be able to know who loves what and who doesn't, and be able to connect with the person directly. Fellow Toastmasters, leadership is about giving guidance. Leadership is about building trust, and leadership is about being there. Just imagine you're somewhere giving a pitch, and all of a sudden you freeze, and you look at your boss. Please help me. No, AI will not step in, but your boss will come and say, where Eric had left, I would like to add this point, and he will save the day. In summary, the skills that I believe truly matter are one, sales, because if you don't sell yourself, then you'll have to buy that idea from somebody else. Communication. AI can write your emails, but it can't build trust. Money management. AI can tell you where your money is going, but it can't guarantee you or help you with your overspending. And lastly, leadership is about guidance. AI hasn't yet hacked that. fellow Toastmasters and guests, as I wind up, I'd like to encourage you, let's adapt change. Let's prepare our skills audaciously and let AI do your spreadsheet. Thank you.
Thank you for that. Let's talk about AI, and I can't help but remember the number of emails I see ChatGPT generated. Let me ask, are you able to spot ChatGPT generated emails?
Yes.
You are?
Yes.
How many cannot? You can't. Which are some of the pointers?
M dash.
Yes, there's a dash that ChatGPT often uses. You can use it. It is one of the pointers, because as we write as humans, we often don't put that dash in our. Most writers are not good at using that dash. The second thing that points out AI. Yes, Nick?
Too many annoying emojis. Yes.
Too many annoying emojis. Another one. Let me give you this one. Often or sometimes you'll find that ChatGPT puts some text in bold, while some remain unbolded. Like it's trying to emphasize to you, look here. So that could also be a tell sign that it was probably AI generated. Another, because we don't like writing, sometimes ChatGPT becomes too wordy. So if you find an email that has a whole story to tell, try and see whether this person tried to use ChatGPT. Why? Our speaker reminded us that you could be having good grammar, but you may not connect to humans, right? So it's important that even as we use AI, let's not lose the touch of connecting to people. The next speech is by Beth Waweru, who will be introduced by DTM Maggie Joroge. Let's clap for her.
Thank you very much, our Toastmaster of welcome guests. The fourth speaker this evening is attempting a speech from her strategic relationship path. It's a level 2 project, the first project on understanding your leadership style. The purpose of this project is for the member to identify their primary leadership style or styles. The member will share some aspects of their primary leadership style or discuss leadership styles in general. While preparing for this particular project, the speaker assiduously responded to a questionnaire to help identify their primary leadership style. The speech will be delivered in 5 to 7 minutes, and it will be well organized about some aspect of leadership styles. The member may speak about their own leadership style or leadership styles in general, and the format may be humorous, informational, or any style the member chooses. I'll introduce the member, Beth Wawero, My Leadership Awakening. My Leadership Awakening, Beth Wawero.
Good evening, fellow Toastmasters and guests. Good evening. What comes to your mind when you hear the word leader? A president, a CEO, or a commander? For a very long time, I used to believe that leaders are born as charismatic, the fearless, they are naturally in charge. Well, while I do not dispute these facts, life has taught me something different. that actually leadership can be learned. And as someone who is aspiring to be a leader, I wanted to find out what kind of a leader do I want to be? And to answer this question, I want to explore on the different leadership styles that we have. And tonight, I'll take you through that journey with me. And number one type of leadership or type of leaders that I came across are the visionary leaders. They are also called the authoritative leaders. These are leaders who tell you, come with me. I know where we are going. This is the direction. This is the vision. This is the path. They seem to have it all figured. Think of someone like Nelson Mandela. He was a calm, yet a very firm leader with a clear mission. He wanted peace and he wanted to end racism. As someone who is still trying to gain my confidence, I wonder, can I still be a leader without having all the answers? Well, the truth is, for a leader, you don't have to have all the answers. Just know how to ask the right questions and have the right people with you. The second type of leader I came across are the democratic leaders. These are the team players. They want to hear everyone's opinion. They will ask, Monica, what do you think? Lillian, what do you think? They want to hear different perspectives. Well, this type of leadership can slow you down because you will take your time to make a decision. And at times as a leader, you need to be spot on. You need to make hasty decisions. Well, it's good to maintain a balance between listening and also knowing when to take charge. Think of someone like Barack Obama. He was known again to be very calm, but very fair with his inclusive leadership. The third type of leaders are the quote leaders. These are leaders who tell you, I want to help you grow. These leaders will encourage you. They want to unlock your potential. The truth of the matter is, these type of leaders, they are not very common, but they do exist. And a tip for you tonight, if you don't find a coach leader, just become one. Let someone find you. Think of someone like Oprah Winfrey. She's well known of uplifting others through her platforms. And the fourth type of leader are the servant leaders. When I say this, I know majority of you will think of Mother Teresa. She's well known of dedicating her life in serving the poor and the marginalized. For the servant leaders, they ask you, what can I do for you? For them, it's not about control. It's not about power. It's about helping you. They serve you with empathy. The best way to find yourself is to lose yourself in service of others. This is a very famous saying by another servant leader, Mahatma Gandhi. You will realize, irrespective of the leadership style, all leaders will exhibit the following characteristics. Number one, they're effective communicators. They will tell you, this is the goal, and this is how we are going to achieve our goals. Number two, they are very open-minded. They want to hear different perspectives. And that's why in Toastmasters, we have things like moments of truth, that they want to know, how can we improve? The third thing, they are people of integrity. These are people who you can trust. When they tell you, Beth, you need to work on this, I can trust them because I know they are people of integrity. Number 4, they lead by example. They don't just tell you what to do, they actually do it. They tell you, now it's time for renewal, they are at the forefront. What kind of leader are you? How many of you feel they are democratic? Thank you. How many feel they are the visionary leaders? Thank you. For the coaches in the room? Thank you. For the servants? Thank you. If you didn't raise your hand, if you felt you didn't fit in any category, please don't worry. We're in the same boat. I'm also still trying to find myself. I feel like I'm a mix of all of them. But one thing I know for sure, leadership is not a destination. It's about creating a mindset. It's about empowering someone. You give someone feedback. You help someone grow. You nudge someone. How far are you with your path? You help someone. Do you need assistance in your speech? That's the kind of leaders we want to see. And that leader, it's you and me. Thank you.
Thank you for enlightening us on the different styles of leadership. And on that note, how far are you with your speeches? Please be encouraged to come and give your speech. We listen, but we don't judge, but we evaluate. So our next section is the table topic section that will be led by Toastmasters Kendi Mugendi. Before she takes the stage, it is our time to vote. On your desk, we have this paper that has various speakers. Please give feedback to the various speakers, the first, second, third, and fourth speaker. At the bottom, there are ballots. Please vote in the better speaker of the night. We had Selfa, Gentrix, Eric, and Ben. Our SAA will go around taking the votes. Welcome, table talk. Please give her a round of applause.
Good evening, fellow Toastmasters and guests. Good evening. I will be your table topics master tonight. This segment encourages us to think on our feet. So I will be giving you a prompt and I'll request someone to come to the front. You'll be given 2 minutes by our timer and you're going to make your speech. Are we together, guests? I hope that helps everyone know what we are doing. I will invite our first speaker. Let's see. Derek, this is Derek, right? Yes, please come to the front. And in 2 minutes, please tell us if you are appointed the president's advisor today, what advice would you give him? Thank you.
Madam President, after an assiduous look at the current scenario in the country, I feel like I have a few words. I know this position was an appointed position, so please allow me to give you ample feedback that I learned through Toastmasters on how the state of the country is. Number one, did you know that you have a nickname? Yes, they call you Kasongo. But worry not, it's an affectionate way of showing how much they deeply care about the country and you as a leader. Secondly, let's turn to the more serious bit. What can we do about our current economy? Treasury has told us they don't have money to pay
for school fees, and we are at the point of scrapping out free education. Mr. or Madam President, I feel that you should do something about this. Have an overhaul of your entire cabinet, but this time, do it for truth, because last time you took Kenyans on a ride and they didn't like it. The next point would be take your Twitter seriously, because that's where you get the real feedback. The colloquial word for it is injecting. And I hope that those injections are something that can cure our current scenario. We have only 2.5 years left into a term, and I'm sure the slogan of 1 term will turn to 2 terms. Back to you, Madam President.
I feel advised and I'm not the president. Our second question would be, would you rather have more time or more money? Would you rather have more time or more money? The lady at the back in a mustard jacket or yellow. I hope I did the color justice. Yes, please come to the front. Do you rather have more time or money? Keep clapping. Would you rather have more time or more money?
Hello, Masters. My name is Shelley. I'm a guest and I'm actually surprised she picked me. But if I can go ahead with the question, would I rather have more time or more money? I think I'd rather have more time so that I can have actually time to then generate more money. And if I can give a practical example, if, for example, I have 10 years to live on this earth and I still haven't found my purpose, then that means I won't be able to maybe pursue something that will make me feel fulfilled. And perhaps I might not even be able to get employment, and then I will not be able to get money. But if I had time, I would be able to identify something that I love doing. So for example, I'm a farmer, and I will then be able to pursue that particular employment or that particular entrepreneurship with adequate time and be able to discover it in good time and then make money. Thank you.
Ask your neighbor, would you rather have more time or more money? Ask your neighbor, 1 second. Okay, back to order. Okay, that's enough now. You will continue that discussion later. Our third question, is it always a good thing to tell the truth, even if it hurts, or sometimes protect people with a lie? Is it always a good thing to tell the truth, even though it hurts, or sometimes it's okay to protect people with a lie? Njoroge, please give us someone from the online community, or we'll pick the ones that we can see. Nancy? Nancy Ngugi, if you can, Nancy Nudi, if you can hear us and you're able to unmute, please tell us, is it always okay to tell the truth, or sometimes it's okay to protect people with a lie? If she's not
Thank
able.
you.
Okay.
I would say I think it's always good to say the truth, because a truth can go a long way. A lie is very short-lived, right? So in my own opinion, I think it's always good to say the truth. At the end of the day, it is the truth that sets you free. Thank you.
Okay. Thank you, Nancy. Our last question would be, if you could instantly gain one skill without practice, what would it be and why? If you could instantly gain one skill without practice, what would it be and why? Cyril Wanda. Thank you very much. Let's clap for him as he comes.
Will I come there?
Yes, please. Thank you.
We can excuse you. For
Okay, okay, sorry.
You can take it from there.
Oh, you can take it from there. Oh, I did not see. Sorry.
Sorry, come again.
Yes, I saw you are distracted. That's why you keep If you could instantly gain one skill without practice, what would it be and why?
Good evening, fellow Toastmasters. There's a lot of skills that we've talked about today. I think we've had about skills that AI cannot copy, and I will drift towards some of the skills that were discussed today. I even hope it was a hack session because we have talked about this. Eric told us that some of the skills we need that will be sustainable for the future. There are 4 skills, but the one that I think that I would really want to perfect and even learn without actually practicing is communication. I'm here to practice my communication skills, and that has been really tough. I've been in Toastmasters for many years, I will not say how many. And communication still has been very difficult, especially table topics. Articulating difficult topics is one of the things that I've really struggled with. And if we just get that skill without doing anything, then I would focus on sales. That's what I would do. I will also take that time and that communication to tell others about the other skills that I don't really remember, but I talk about. But I think one of them was leadership and money management. I think that I have in the back that I need to communicate others about money management. Of course, I'm in that field. Thank you, and back to you.
Thank you. Okay. Our last question would be, in life, what's the fine print no one wants you about, but you wish they had? In life, what's the fine print no one wants you about, but you wish they had? I am prompted to invite the gentleman who tell this to me. Yes, you please. Oh, he has a role. Oh, sorry. Our president, please. I can't seem to get on.
Do you mind pass this on?
Yes.
Our newest member.
Oh, yeah.
Evans, please. The floor is yours.
In life, what's the fine print no one wants you about, but you wish they had? Thank you.
So, good evening all.
Good evening.
So, I'm Ivan Barry. I'm the new member. So, I'm a bit shaken. I wasn't expecting that. So, I need to repeat the question.
In life, what's the fine print you wish someone, okay, let me read it again. In life, what's the fine print no one wants you about, but you wish they had? What's that one thing that no one has warned you about, but you wish they could have?
So, I think it's about believing in yourself. So I would say that comparing myself maybe to the new generation, I would say that when we were growing up, that aspect of being encouraged just to believe in yourself, just to be bold, I wasn't personally given that chance. So I would say that that's one thing that I would think that I would encourage more people to be given that chance, just to believe in themselves and to work ambitiously in improving how they are. I think that's all.
That's it. You give her a clap.
Okay, some of us have not clapped. And you have the benefit of I not knowing your name. I would have pointed you out. So we have a pen and a paper. Let's vote for the better speaker in the table topics. Derek? We'll vote for Derek, Sherry, and Cyril because they were within time. The other speakers took less time, took less than a minute. Yes. Yes. All right. Back to our theme of the day. If I would share some of the reasons why we don't read the fine print, is the cognitive overload. Sometimes we get in touch with legal jargon that doesn't make sense to us. That is one of the reasons why we don't read. The second one, we assume goodwill. You think that this contract or these terms are written for my best interests. The third, one-sided format. You think that some of these contracts, some are non-negotiable because of course, if you don't agree to the terms and conditions of TikTok, you may not have to use their app. But in some cases, the terms and conditions of the contracts are negotiable. So take your time to read the fine print. As much as you may not negotiate them, you may learn something and it may inform the decisions that you make moving forward. This is a moment where we will have the evaluations. I hope we have really learned from the speeches that have been given, and it is our time to get feedback. It is the time for the speakers to get feedback from their evaluators. The first evaluator I'll be calling upon is Toastmaster Andrew Kimani. You have 3 minutes for your evaluation. Please.
Tonight, I had the pleasure of evaluating the adventurous, fierce Ashipet. I hope you enjoyed giving your speech as much as I enjoyed listening to it. Throughout your speech, in some of the areas where you excelled at, were just the introduction. You were extremely comfortable on stage. You started with a question to the audience and a song. Ooh la 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 la. I think that beat, everyone knows that part, right? So we felt engaged with your story. And the song was in line with the title of your speech, everything about Fridays. Secondly, your stage presence was amazing. We could actually tell you owned the stage and you delivered your speech perfectly. Third, your vocal variety was amazing. You used question tags such as powerful, right? You had tonal variations. For example, when speaking to Kevo, hi Kevo, do you have matumbo? We could tell that's a conversation going on. And when the dog stole your chicken, the actually resonated with all of us, right? We could feel the pain of you seeing your chicken dashing away. Areas you might want to work on: incorporate more silence when delivering a point that you feel the audience can resonate with. It evokes an emotional reaction. Secondly, increase your vocal variety. Towards the end, I felt you would have done better in increasing your vocal variety. And lastly, towards also the end of your speech, the call to action needs to be powerful. It needs to summarize the whole speech. Why did you tell us about the Fridays? The pain, the agony, we need to feel it in the punchline. So if you incorporate the three, keep doing what you excelled at. That is your powerful introduction, your stage presence, and your vocal variety. And work on incorporating silence for emphasis, increase your vocal variety, and end your speech with a powerful call to action. I believe the sky is the limit for you. You're a very gifted speaker. And my challenge to you is keep journeying on your pathway, learn more skills to deliver your speeches, and keep visiting more clubs such as SEMA.
Thank you. We have their banner here. Please make sure we retain it. The next speaker, the next evaluator will be Toastmaster Njoroge Maina.
The voice I almost trusted. Wow, that was a beautiful presentation. Toastmaster Gentrix Onkundi. And the name Gentrix, is there anyone else you know with the name Gentrix? It's a unique one, right? So that was a unique story that we all could relate with. She excelled in the way she began by gripping the audience's attention using a role play. When she got to the stage and began saying, "Good morning, I'm calling from," she immediately gripped my attention. I was wondering what's going on here. She also excelled as far as body language is concerned in her use of gesturing. So she could put her hand here when she was referring to the caller, then use the left hand when she was referring to herself speaking, and that enhanced her speech. As far as vocal variety is concerned, you remember when she asked us, have you ever received a call from an XYZ bank? She paused for a few seconds to give the audience some time to reply. And pauses are an important aspect of vocal variety. Maybe some few things she could consider to improve on. As far as vocal variety is concerned, I'll give you some 3 quick points. One will be on pitch, the other will be on volume, and the last one will be on pace, before I finish with the body language. As far as pitch is concerned, having pitch variety in your speech enhances your assiduous use of vocal variety. So maybe you would have put it something like this. "Good morning, I'm calling from XYZ Bank." "Good morning, I'm Gentrix Onkundi. Thank you, Gentrix, for receiving our call." That actually ensures that your vocal variety is better. As far as volume is concerned, when you told us, "I lost the only 25,000 shillings I had," maybe a better way of saying it with enhanced volume to bring the message home better is, "I lost the only 25,000 shillings. I could have lost the only 25,000 shillings I had." And lastly, on matter space, you told us at the end, which was such a perfect ending of your speech, it is easier to hack a human being than to hack a computer, right? So maybe to enhance the vocal variety in that statement, you would consider saying, since you're finishing your speech, it is easier to hack a human being than to hack a computer. I realized when you saw the timing card go up, you rushed into finishing, and that's what messed the vocal variety at the end. Lastly, as far as matters body language is concerned, using a resting hand position like this one is better than clasping your hands in front of your torso. So you may consider next time having your hands on the sides of your body and make this your natural gesturing position. In summary, you excelled at gripping the audience's attention using a role play in the beginning and having some pauses just after a rhetorical question in your speech. And maybe what you could improve on, your pitch, pace, and volume as far as vocal variety is concerned, and your resting hand position as far as body language is concerned. And that's how I've butchered the timer's time.
Thank you, Evaluator Njoroge Maina. Our third evaluator is Toastmaster Nicholas Mar.
Oprah Winfrey once said, "What's the most important message you want to leave your audience with? And why should they care?" Every listener instinctively wants to know one thing: what's in this for me? Thank you, Eric Muthe, for that assiduously prepared speech. We're able to learn about AI, and those of us who feel now safe from the impact of AI. Areas that you excelled at. The speech structure was on point. You did open your speech with a rhetoric question on who feels that they are threatened by AI. That was a good way to capture our attention. You also opened your speech with a quote from Charles Darwin. That also was enabled us to concentrate and to lean in to listen to what to expect next. And in the body of your speech, you were able to elaborate on your speech on AI, and you gave us the 4 areas that we need to look at. And you also elaborated on communication, sales, money management, and leadership. These are the areas that are safe from the impact of AI on our lives. You delivered your speech, you managed your stage, you used strategic gestures as you delivered your speech, and you're able to conclude your speech with a call for action for us to embrace the change that is required with the upcoming of AI. Areas that you need to work on, you are incorporating the feedback you see the last time, and areas that you tended me to look at is tone of variation, body language, based on the speech that you had the last time. On stage movement, they were very deliberate. You were able to align your gestures with the tone and the speech. You're also able to put emphasis using the hands as a tool for gestures. On tonal variations, I felt that there were areas that you missed points to incorporate tonal variations. For example, when you are talking about delivering a speech and you called on your boss to come and support you, I felt that was an area that you could have used vocal variety for, say, from where Eric left, kindly allow me to continue. At least there I felt you missed an area to incorporate tonal variation. Otherwise, it was a well-delivered speech. We learned a lot about AI, and you are very comfortable on the stage. You use appropriate movements on the stage. I will ask you to proceed to the next project, and I'm keenly looking forward to hearing from you on the next speech. Otherwise, it was a good speech. We learned a lot, and all the best in the next project. Back to you. That's what's over there.
Please, let's put our hands together. Please, I'm reminded that we have not done our duty to vote and give feedback. Please, if you haven't done that, vote for the better speakers. After this, we'll be voting for the better evaluator, and for the table topics, ensure that you vote. The last evaluator for the prepared speeches is our DTM, Maggie Jerobe.
Thank you very much, our Toastmaster of the evening. Beth, that was a wonderful speech. For this particular project, you had the option to talk about your leadership style or leadership styles in general. I noted that you chose to talk about leadership styles in general, and you assiduously talked about some leadership styles. I like that you began your speech with a rhetorical question. What comes to mind when you hear about leaders or the word leader? You then went on to talk about 4 types of leaders. And I noted that for each of the 4 types of leaders, You explained to us what each of them entails, and you went further to give us an example. You then concluded by going over the leadership styles, and you went further to engage the audience and ask each of us who falls in each of the leadership styles. That was wonderful audience engagement. You also had a strong call to action. What kind of leader are you? And I liked the tonal variation when you brought that out. Areas you may wish to look into are, you're talking about leadership styles. I'm still curious, what is your leadership style? When you took the Toastmaster assessment, what did the questionnaire suggest that your leadership style is? You talked about the 4 leaders in each of your leadership examples, but I noted that you assume that we know who Barack Obama is, Nelson Mandela, Mahatma Gandhi, and Oprah Winfrey. For credibility, kindly state what they are known for. And that enables those who are in the audience to know exactly why you have picked those leaders. You had excellent use of the stage, but be conscious of your virtual audience and remain within the camera range. Overall, you used the stage well and had a good tonal variation. You assiduously talked about leadership styles in general. You had excellent audience engagement. Look into sharing your own leadership style and state what each of the leaders you mentioned are known for to add credibility to them. You have met the objectives of this project. Having spoken within time, you may proceed to the next one. Madam Toastmaster, back to you.
Thank you, Maggie, for the feedback. And now it's a time to vote for the better evaluator. Please use your ballots and vote. We are voting for Andrew, and raise your voice. Okay. So in Jerodia Minor went above time, so we are only voting. No? I hope I am audible. Our amazing SAA went above time, and therefore is disqualified. We are only voting for the Maggie, Nick, and Andrew, who are within time. Right. Please take note. The next section of the meeting is for the general evaluator. Our general evaluator is Veronica Wangui, who will be giving her feedback together with her assiduous tag team. Veronica Wangui. Toastmasters Veronica, are you with us? Perfect. Carry on. We can't hear you. Are you on mute? No.
Can you hear me now?
Yes, loud and clear.
Thank you. So thank you for getting us through the meeting. And now as we come to the tail end, I see we are beyond time. So we're going to take this segment very quickly. So I would like to invite the role takers that we had today so that they are able to share their feedback with the speakers and also the participants so that we can improve our next meetings. I would like to invite the first role taker, who is the accountant, to give us their feedback.
Thank you. General Evaluator. The speakers were assiduous in their presentation today. However, I noted use of filler words like so, and but. The first speaker so far used filler words so several times. Gentrit used the filler words 3 times. Eric used the filler word and 2 times. The fourth speaker, Beth, used the filler word well 2 times. The others tried to avoid use of filler words and sound. Thank you, and back to you, the generator.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Leah Awamoyo, for your feedback. Allow me to invite the second role taker, who is the grammarian, Toastmaster Leah Mwende, to give us her feedback.
Thank you. Isn't it nice to listen to well-structured English? Let's learn of areas where we did well and areas where we can improve. I will start with areas where we did well. We had a quote from our IPP, Lillian. I'll take the minutes and the hours will take for themselves. We had Sulfur suggesting like a political rally. Gentrix, we learned some words, fishing and gullible. And we also had a quote, it is easier to hack a human being than to hack a computer. From Eric Muthe, we had, it is not the strongest of the species that survives, or the most intelligent. No, you can finish, right? And then we also had communication is not about perfect grammar, but about human connection. That was really nice. From Beth Waweru, we had the best way to find yourself is to lose yourself in the service of others. I really love that. We had one from DTM Derek, taking Kenyans on a ride. We had another, sorry, that's all. And then on where we could improve, we had sorry, reading my own handwriting. What is it there to lose? I think the first thing should be what is there to lose. And then there was torn in between, should I just take the risk? It sounded more of, can I say spoken English or direct translation? Should be torn between whether to take the risk. And then suffered for a whole month. The receiver is like, thank you. It's actually more of direct translation. So it was probably the receiver says or the receiver replies or responds. I was like, I'm being scammed. I realized I was being scammed. Needs human intuition. And then there was this type of leaders, they are not very common. Probably it would be, this type of leaders are not very common. On the use of the word of the day, we did very well, very commendable. We had it 16 times. The highest was the, Toastmaster Njoroge, our SAA thrice, and DTM Maggie thrice. We also had once from myself, once from our president, once from our IPP Lillian, once from Toastmaster Sulfur, once from DTM Derek, the new member, forgotten your name, sorry. Another one from Andrew, McMurrow, our TMOD, and our accounter. There was one where we responded, but the word was not the exact one that he mentioned audaciously instead of assiduously. So I think probably next time we should be more clear. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Leah Mwende. So I'll give our third role taker, who is our timer, Toastmaster Lillian Kimando. Welcome.
Good evening once again, Toastmasters and guests. Who can remember the quote we started with? Now look at your neighbor, even those who were not here earlier, because the grammarian has reminded us. How did we start? Now let's do it correctly. Ahead, take care. Okay, fantastic. Do you think we've taken care of the minutes? Well, we have a few culprits who have not taken care of their minutes, and we will mention them. We want to applaud the president who started exactly on time. She's supposed to take 10 minutes for the introduction. That was supposed to end at 6:10. She ended at 6:11, took 1 minute extra. And then the TMOD was able to recover that time because her session was supposed to end at 6:25, the introduction, and she did excellently in that area. And then our first speaker, Selfa, what is it with Friday? She took 7 minutes and 2 seconds, which was within time. And then we had Gentrix, the voice I almost trusted, took 6 minutes, 33 seconds. And then we had Eric with the skills that matter in the age of AI. He took 7 minutes, 19 seconds. My Leadership Awakening by Beth Wawero, 7 minutes and 13 seconds. So that's a great improvement from our last meeting where we had speakers going above time. We are doing well as the Hill. We are learning from our mistakes. And then we moved to the table topic session. It was supposed to take 10 minutes. It took 11 minutes. 5 speakers. We had Derek, who took 1 minute, 51 seconds. Sherry, 1 minute, 4 seconds. Nancy, 20 seconds. And then we had Cyril, 1 minute, 39 seconds. Ivan, 46 seconds. I realized for the guests, they panicked immediately. They saw the cards. Probably they don't understand what the cards signify. In table topics, you're expected to speak between 1 minute and 2 minutes. At the first minute, that's why we show you the green card. So there's no need to panic until you see the red card. Continue speaking. Encourage yourself to speak for at least 1 minute. For the evaluations, all apart from our SAA took time. He audaciously ignored my red card. I kept lifting her and just looking at me. You continue with your card. Andrew took 3 minutes and 8 seconds. Jeroge, 3 minutes, 57 seconds. Nick, 3 minutes and 14 seconds. And then we had Maggie, who took 3 minutes, 18 seconds. The report segment was supposed to take 2 minutes each. Our accountant, Emma, decided that 2 minutes is too much time for her. She took 55 seconds, which was below the speaking time. We encourage you, you are an old member now, to speak for at least 1 minute and set a good example for the guests. I am butchering her because I know her personally. Our grammarian followed the steps of our SAA, ignored my red card. She finished at 2 minutes and 58 seconds, and the timer is also not doing so well, have finished at 3 minutes and 15 seconds. I think that's the worst. Yes, we have 15 minutes to finish the meeting. Back to you, TMOD. Oh, sorry, General Evaluator. I'm so sorry, Veronica.
Thank you so much to the role takers for your feedback. It's positively taken. So I'll share some reflections from my role as a general evaluator. First is the preparation meeting for the meeting today, and thanks to Toastmaster Midenda for reaching out to the participants and encouraging them to join so that they're able to prepare well for the meeting. Our theme today, which was reading the fine print, has reminded us that often success lies in details. Therefore, we should try and look into those details so that we do not miss out. And today's meeting was also a great example of how small things add up and make a big impact. And the timer has already shared how these impact. To our evaluators, thank you for your thoughtful and specific support and also feedback that you've given to the speakers, and this helps them to balance, as this is more encouraging and also very positive and constructive critique that you're able to give them. To our role takers, the accountant, the timer, the grammarian, your reports were clear, they were engaging, and also they have been they'll be used to by the future speakers to also work on their speeches. I appreciate your those thoughtful words, which was assiduous, especially for the word of the day, and this will help us to improve our grammar. For our table topic master, you held really crafty questions. Since the first time when I joined, when we introduced the table topics, till now, I think today it has reflected like very engaging questions, and they've given opportunity for speakers to critically think and also be able to speak authentically, and these will help us to improve our impromptu speaking skills. In terms of the meeting structure, as mentioned by the timer, we started our meeting on time. The transitions were smooth, and the agenda was followed, but just one place where we started with the table topics, and then we went to the evaluation, contrary to the agenda where we have the evaluations first and then the table topics follow. So maybe we can look into that. And then also I would like to thank everyone, the speakers, and also everyone who participated both physically and virtually, that this has made the meeting come to a great success, and looking forward to our future meetings and also to see the club thriving. Thank you for the opportunity to serve as a general evaluator, and I hand the meeting back to the TMOD. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. And in light of time, I'd like to conclude with a few tips. Please note that in Kenya and most of the Commonwealth countries, there is what we call the sanctity of a contract. This means that the court refrains from interfering with a signed contract that was signed if there was no undue influence, if you sign the contract with a sound mind and without coercion. So please ensure that when you're putting your signature, know that you will not go and take someone to court, or maybe it might be a lengthy process for you to go to court if you are of sound mind. So please be in a hurry, but be of sound mind while signing the contract. So you could ask, how then should we do, or how then should we interact with the fine print? Please take your time, because what you don't read can still bind you. At this time, please allow me to hand over to the president.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Big round of applause for our TMOD. Wow. Toastmaster Terry joined us a few months ago, and here she is standing with grace. How many of us are assiduous enough to take on this stage next meeting? Show of hands. What's going on? I thought we were being assiduous. Where is all the energy going? Huh? Okay, Gentrix. Big round of applause. Thank you very much, TMOD, for taking time to step into the unknown. So without wasting any more time, I will move right into the award ceremony, and we shall begin with our table topics. Drum rolls, drum rolls. Our best table topic speaker for today is none other than DTM Derek. Big round of applause. Thank you very much. The next category is on the evaluations, and some drum rolls, please. Our best evaluator is another DTM who is online. That's DTM Maggie. This one goes out to you. Another one of your ribbons that we are holding for you. You need to come to the physical meeting and pick this up. Congratulations, DTM Maggie, for your excellent evaluation. And finally, when it comes to the speaker, Our best speaker is, drum roll. La 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 la. La 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 la. Toastmaster Salva. Big round of applause.
Friday.
Yes. The Friday team.
You're trying not to appear in this.
Oh. You got it? Okay. As always, we cannot miss to recognize and appreciate our Toastmaster of the day for the amazing job that she has done. So please, Toastmaster Terry. All right. Today we'll be having another special award ceremony. VPPR, we're good? Yeah. All right. So this category is for those who have been assiduous in pursuing their educational goals. Within the month of July, we've had 3 meetings. We had the 1st and 3rd and 5th Tuesday of the month in July, and this is our 4th meeting of the year. In those 3 meetings, there are certain members who have made great strides in achieving their educational goals, and I want to take this moment to appreciate them. So with the help of the next one. No. So allow me to begin by appreciating our IPP Lillian for having completed 2 projects in her level 3. So Lillian, please come. We appreciate you. Yeah. Congratulations, please keep this up. This is how you lead by example.
No, sorry.
Thank you. Congratulations to you. We do have 2 other members who have performed exceptionally well. The next one we have is Toastmaster Cyril for having completed 2 projects, again in his level 3. Allow me to move to him to give him this. We appreciate your efforts. We appreciate your efforts, Cyril, and we do encourage you as well as others to keep completing your educational goals. And then next we have our TMOD, Toastmaster Terry. She has completed 2 levels in her project 1, and she's already taken on her TMOD position. Congratulations. Okay, then we have another super special category. 12 club visits. 11 speeches. 2 levels completed. 8 awards garnered. All within 4 months of membership. Let me tell you, minor. I may have let the cat out of the bag, but our SAA, Jeroge Minor, this goes out to you, please. And I feel it's important that I emphasize how he's been able to do this. 1 minute. Why am I halfway? I'll need to share. I hope the team online can see what I have projected. This is the journey that Toastmaster Njoroge has been through within 4 months of joining the Hill Toastmasters Club. He visited the Hill on 18th of March as a guest. He joined as a member on 1st of April 2025. 15th of April, he came to see what this Toastmasters is about, having gotten the gist, challenged himself to take on his icebreaker speech, which he was able to take on the 29th of April. Are you seeing the subsequent meetings? Follow through, one after another. After giving his icebreaker, he proceeded to attend 2 meetings at the Hill, and then he was nominated and appointed to run as a sergeant at arms, where he is currently serving as the executive committee, within the executive committee. No sooner after taking the position, he then went on to give his second speech at the club, which was on 1st of July. Now that he had gotten comfortable with the club, he was ready to venture out. First club he visited, Thika Toastmasters Club, 9th of July, where he got the Best Speaker Award. Came back to the Hill, did a bit of monitoring, and said he needs to go back and continue his movements. He then went to Summer Toastmasters Club on 16th of July, 2 weeks ago. There he got the Best Speaker Award. 19th of July, 3 days later, he went on to Lorai Toastmasters Club and he gave his 4th speech. He then visited Nairobi Toastmasters Club 2 days later on 21st of July. Same day, that evening, he went on to visit Rafiki Toastmasters Club where he was presenting a speech. And with that, he completed his level 1. 22nd of July, Strathmore Toastmasters Club. Best Speaker, level 2, project 1. The same day, in the evening, Kwanzaa Toastmasters Club, next speech, Best Speaker. 25th of July, he decided to go check out AMCAD. We have the president here. Best Table Topic Speaker. 29th of July, we had a meeting at the Hill. It was virtual, and he was there attending to support the meeting. 2nd of August, Magnetic Toastmasters Club. Same day, in the evening, Mtandao Toastmasters Club. Best Speaker. 4th of August, this is yesterday, gave an evaluation, Almasi Toastmasters Club, Best Evaluator. And that evening, he wound up his day by giving a general evaluation at Rafiki Toastmasters Club. Can we give Njoroge a standing ovation? Please. Thank you. To Njoroge and to all of you, you may have your seats. This is how you blaze a trail. I personally did not think this was humanly achievable, no. But we've been shown that it can be done, all right? So please challenge yourselves to take on roles, not just at the Hill, but at any other club that may be having a meeting. IPP Lillian does a good job in posting all the meetings that are there. I share as well, whatever I get. We have various other role taker groups where these are shared. Please, 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 where you can, go visit, take on evaluation role, anything that will help you grow. It's not just at the Hill, but by virtue of you being a member, you can grow through experiences at other clubs. So with that, time, I know we are overrun, but other people were more assiduous in achieving these targets than I was in keeping to the time for the evening. So I'll move on to other business. Do we have any announcements from the Exco? Okay, Cyril.
Good evening.
Good evening.
It's a simple reminder, it's renewal season, renewal time. We're starting a renewal, we've started actually, so you're free to renew your membership. You can send the whole amount. It's about 20,180 for the full year. And if you want equality for pole for the next 3 months, you can start now, sending 3,400 by 8th of August, then 3,400 at the end of September, sorry, end of August, and then by 25th August, sending 3,340. And that will be for half a year. So please just send it. It's easy when you send a small portion and then then you can would feel that burden towards September when the crunch is there and you're dropped off on 1st of October from membership.
Excellent. Thank you. Thank you very much, Toastmaster Cyril, and to our VPPR Arnold for the fancy poster. You also did have an announcement. Wow. Our VPPR is overperforming, very assiduous of you. Yes, you can go ahead with your announcement.
Sorry, that wasn't the real announcement. My OCD was OCD during the meeting because majority of the times we did this, everyone did this. We were saying assiduous. So the word is assiduous. I know a lot of EXCO members have told us, no, it's accent, blah, blah, blah.
Thank you. Thank you for the point of order. It shall be assiduous as we listen to the pronunciations going forward. Do we have any other announcements? I do have 2 announcements. We are gunning towards the contest season. So I will be looking for many speakers amongst you to participate in the various categories. Those are posts that were shared in the group. Kindly start dropping your names with the VPE in whatever category you intend to participate in. The club is here to support you. And secondly, we are still looking for members who will be joining the various subcommittees. In every role within the EXCO, we have a subcommittee which is supporting the officer who is in that position. So if it's the SAA, you need to talk to him, join him and see how you can assist him. The VPM, the same thing, VPE, same thing, VPPR. So whatever you feel is your area that you need to grow in or you feel you have skills you can assist in, kindly join the subcommittee so you can assist them to grow. Okay? Let's be assiduous in our aspirations to leadership. Okay, I want now to go and welcome our visitors and guests, our visiting Toastmasters and guests. How many guests do we have in the room? Wow, the number has grown since we last had the discussion. I will allow all of you to come to the front. Again, I have So dear visitors, I will allow you to come to the front. You'll tell us about yourself, how you learned about the club. And next we shall have our visiting Toastmasters to do the same. Feel free to come around here. Our visiting Toastmasters will do the same. But before they come and introduce themselves, just a quick reminder in relation to payments for our guests who are lined up at the front here. I hope you saw that we have a cover charge of 300 shillings, guest fee. We have the payment details at the top. You can see Cyril, our treasurer, and he'll be able to assist. Cyril, you can see our lovely guests. Yeah. They'll be funding our cake next week. Okay. And for our members, Where are your tags? Dear members, yeah, this is how you fund chocolates and sodas. If you do not have your tag and you're a member, kindly pay your 200 shillings to our till. Cyril is on the lookout, assisted by our VPM. So just before we allow the guests and the visiting Toastmasters to address us, allow me to officially end meeting number 185. It's a night. Please, come in and introduce yourself. Tell us how you learned about the club.
Good evening, Toastmasters and my fellow guests.
Good evening.
My name is Murugi Washira. I learned about Toastmasters Club through my good friend Njoroge Maina. I have seen he's a big to doing the same, like maybe in the near future, maybe in the next 4 months, like he did, or even less. We'll never know. We'll never know. Thank you so much. I really had a good time. I am looking forward to more meetings. Y'all are like, I don't know, like you are amazing in welcoming people. Like where I was seated, he mentioned about feeling at home. I really felt so comfortable. I felt very much welcome, and I appreciate you all. Thank you so much.
Good evening, Toastmasters and guests. So my name is Isaiah Aengo Kiplagat. This is my second time here. I was a guest in the first one as well. And it has been a great meeting.